That was an exciting one too. You don't want to tell us something that you have in store? Because on your podcast, Stand On It, because you personally do one, which I love. You want to give them a little what that's based on?
When I say stand on it, I feel like we've gotten as a society and a culture to where people will say things and then they'll hide behind whether it be politics, race, gender. And it kind of used to be like something my dad would say when I was coming up, like people will throw the rock and hide their hand. And it just means like, yeah, they'll do it, but they don't want to see that they the one who threw the rock. And I think we missing that. We need more of that to where it's like, yeah, I said this and I stand on it, you know, because there's so much that's happening in society that people know are not right. But to push the agenda, they'll just let it slide. Or if they speak on it, they'll speak on it from a standpoint of, oh, well, let's just hide behind racism. Or let's just hide behind injustice. Like, no. Like, stand on it for what it is, because you can't deny truth.
Right.
Like, the truth is the truth. It don't matter how you want to frame it up. It's still the truth. So that's how when I do my podcast, that was the thought process behind it. Stand on it. Because anything I say, you know, I'm willing to sit down and have a conversation about anything with anyone who feels any type of way about anything I say, but everything I say is going to be based on truth.
Right. So my opinion, I feel like you should be a motivational speaker.
Word.
And do you feel like you'll in the future will aim for something like that, or be a activist or anything?
Yeah, I've done some motivational speaking in the past. But I do want to get into activism. And I was just telling Merv the other day, like the teacher that I had on my podcast this past Thursday, she asked me about doing some speaking events at their school, and then also potentially like lining up some community service events to help out with, because that's something I am passionate about. Not just about the kids. I'm very passionate about the kids because they, of course, are the future, but I'm just passionate about society as a whole, and I feel like humanity has taken a turn for the worse in the aspect of now it's not like, again, you everything got to be so PC. Watch what you say about this, don't offend this person, don't do that, you know. And I think that needs to change. And again, like I said, with all this racism that people are pushing, I don't agree with it. I took a lot of heat for that, you know, when I said I don't feel like racism exists. You know, I feel like races exist, but I don't feel like racism exists, and I stand on it. You know, I think we need to look at how we can unify each other, how we can build each other up, no matter if you black, white, brown, it doesn't matter. Like, we treat people as people, not as a color, you know.
Right.
So yeah, that's something that I do plan to get into, activism.
Yeah. So when can we look forward to this? What are you shooting for? What's your goal date?
I don't got a date on it.
No?
Because right now the way things have been operating with me in my life is when I'm motivated to do something now, I'm just acting on it. Like you know, there was a tragedy we dealt with in our hometown at a local school, and it moved me to write this little brief monologue about how I was feeling, and I got a lot of good feedback. People was like, yo, that was dope, like that's exactly what we needed to hear. So when it moves me, I don't know when it's time for me to go full-time activist, but with anything, you got to make sure that, number one, you're ready for everything that comes with that.
Right.
And number two, you've established yourself as a voice that people will understand and be like, I want to follow this person.
Right.
Because you can't go out here and be an activist if nobody wants to follow you. Like, you can't do that. So I got to keep working on myself, keep pushing my message. And if people saying you're genuine, because for a while, like, you know, people who knew me, I was kind of hot-headed. So and I wasn't really open to any type reason. It was my way or no way. So it takes a while for people to kind of see the growth in you and that you change, to where they'll let their walls down that they may have built up with you, or the walls that they may have put up based on what somebody else said.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm working on too. Working on self.
So what is one core principle that you stand on no matter what situation you in?
I got a couple, but the
top 3.
Loyalty. I just say that one. Loyalty. That's gotta be it, man. Like, there's always gonna be something better. You could see a brand new Ferrari come out today, but it's a new one coming out next year.
Right.
You could see a dream house built today, but it's gonna be a bigger dream next year. So when you loyal and when you like, okay, you looking at everything from all aspects, not just what your eyes are showing you, but what your spirit is telling you as well. That's major to me, like just that aspect of it. And then, letting your word be your word.
Yeah.
Cause that's really, and it's cliche, but that's really all you got. Like, you could tell people and you could show people you got money, but your word, when you say something with your word, like, yeah, like that's what it's gotta be. And
yeah, what was that line you spit? Loyalty, search the word first.
Yeah, like they screaming loyalty. They'll cross their man out like a word search. Screaming loyalty, my nigga, search the word first.
Yes.
Cause you're not understanding what you just said. You just said a word. But if you really look back on your track record, are you really able to live up to that? So yeah.
So what's one motivational thing that you would say to the younger generation?
Boy. Be you. Be you. And that's the hardest thing that a kid could do right now, because it's a million things telling them what to be. And boy, be you. Like, I tell kids, adults, just be you. You know what I mean? Because when you're being you, you can tell when somebody is being 100% authentic themselves. And that's when they gonna have the most success. And no matter what, you gotta just focus on and look at. Cause I told this dude one time, he was like, yeah, man, like, I think I'll get a little bit further and then I'll take a step back. And I told him, I was like, man, basically how you describe your life to me, when I think about your life, is you're riding down the road at 60 miles an hour and you just slam the car in reverse because you see somebody going by you the other direction that look, they're in a better car, they might have a better woman sitting on the side of them. You're focused on everything around you, so you adjust your life in a moment. Like, oh, they doing that, let me go do that. Oh, they doing, let me go do this, see if I get further. We see that with podcasting, music. If somebody sees somebody doing something, they'll change things. That's their formula. Like, that's their formula.
Yeah. Like,
you got to come up with your own formula. So, kids, be you. And I know it's a lot in society that, again, just, it makes it hard for you to do that. Music is the biggest one. That's impacting our kids, and that's why I want to try and make sure I always put a good message in my music, something that kids and adults can relate to. Yeah. Yes.
So, with that being said, can you tell people where they can find you, how they can get in contact if they want to do some consultations or want to be a part of what you have going on with all aspects of this?
Yeah, online, IG IStheRealTruth at gmail.com. Also, you can get that for the email, send me some. But online, IG is at IStheRealTruth. You can also hit up Truth Is the Label on IG. That's Truth Is _ the label. And then we also have the I Say Podcast page. It's at I Say Podcast. So anyway, like that, you want to reach out. And my phone number is in my bio, so you can also call me. We can sit down and talk and set it up. But I will say, man, just make sure you're real serious about because you can't get time back.
Right.
So it's a lot of things that I've allowed to waste my time in the past, sitting down talking to people and knowing that they're not serious in what they got going on. So
Yes. Well, this is the Hot Mic series with CEO is the Real Truth.
Bam.
Again, I Say Podcast Network and Truth is the label, and we out.
Chill.